1 year ago, riot police battled people in Moscow protesting Vladimir Putin's inauguration as president, marking the start of a 6-year term ruling Russia. In the first year of his new presidency, analysts say, President Putin has cracked down on the opposition, a crackdown symbolized by these street patrols by Cossacks. Beyond the symbolism, Russia has undergone a real reduction in political freedom, says Dmitry Suslov, international affairs professor at the Higher School of Economics.
And tactics is destroying opposition, destroying protest movement by persecuting, imprisoning, marginalizing, forcing to emigrate, whatever.
The Kremlin started with Pussy Riot, a feminist punk music group that protested in Moscow's main cathedral. 3 women were sentenced to 2 years in jail last August. Now it is the turn of Alexei Navalny, Russia's most popular opposition leader. He is on trial in a provincial city, 1,000 kilometers from his power base in the Russian capital. Opposition politician Vladimir Ryzhkov says the trials reflect a wider crackdown that President Putin started on returning to the Kremlin.
Кстати, этой паранойи Putin
and his parliament enacted an entire series of laws aimed at prohibition. The prohibition of protests, the prohibition of the freedom of expression, the prohibition of criticizing the government and church.
Protests are smaller. Now, government inspectors visit hundreds of non-governmental organizations trying to prove that they are foreign agents. Inspectors asked the human rights group Memorial for 9,000 pages of documents. Alexander Cherkasov, chairman of Memorial.
They define any kind of influence on society or on the state as political activity. All these checks were aimed at bringing Russian organizations under the control of the law on foreign agents.
But Putin's supporters, like Ekaterina Stenyakina, a leader of Young Guard, says Russia's opposition is free to act.
Tell me, do these laws somehow restrict civic activism? I don't think so. You want a party? Please, go ahead. You want a public tribune? Everywhere there are open roads for absolutely everyone.
Some opposition leaders are shifting from organizing street protests to fielding candidates in a 2-year series of local elections that will start in September. Vladimir Milov chairs a new opposition party, Democratic Choice.
If you have clear, viable forces, parties, candidates for mayor, who actually are capable of winning support and be attractive to voters, this is where the authorities will not be able to survive, even with like 10–15% fraud.
A big stress test looms for President Putin's government. Russia's energy exports are down, and the economy may record 0 growth this year. This is far from the 5% a year growth goal set when he took office 1 year ago. James Brooke, VOA News, Moscow.
Всегда были и всегда останутся для меня превыше всего.